When Hurricane Irma hit Florida 3 years ago this month, it didn't take long for us at the UAE Embassy to realize that we had to do something to help. Some may wonder what interest the UAE, a country nearly 8,000 miles away, has in helping to restore the Keys reefs. Our natural environment has always been an essential part of our identity and a core priority for the UAE's leadership. The country has made great strides in this domain and secured a prominent position as a regional and global catalyst of environmental and climate action. We were excited to learn about this creative proposal, since the UAE is also a global leader in its own reef restoration efforts.
The reefs here are suffering. Hurricane Irma was a pummeling. We have a massive disease outbreak that is kind of layered on top of that. So there is just an overwhelming need for us to do something. And therein launched this bold idea, Mission Iconic Reefs, to bring all of our collaborative efforts together to try to take what we're doing here in terms of restoring and protecting these reefs to the next level. And so we identified 7 locations throughout the Florida Keys that had historically been really iconic reef sites, places that we felt would be good candidates for an ambitious collective restoration effort. And we thought that by spreading those sites out throughout the entire Florida Keys, when another storm comes, because it will, we will have not just put all of our effort in a few small places, but rather throughout the entire Keys.
And we know that in order to sustain these efforts in the water, that we've got to have a solid community foundation as well.
The reef restoration work, that is a significant portion of this grant, but how do we take it one step further? How do we create that lasting impact? So through our marine science educational outreach, here in our local school district, as well as at local educational facilities, we will instill knowledge and empowerment to create that next generation of reef stewards.
This gift is transformational. I mean, this really sort of takes these efforts to the next level. And again, the sort of big picture that we're looking at, not only the restoration component, but the educational component. And sort of passing the baton to the next generation.
We really admire the leadership and the creativity of the UAE. It's that kind of creativity and that thinking and being a friend and not only wanting to solve what the immediate need is, but how do you think about what the longer term needs could be of the community?
The damage that we sustained, it was 3-pronged. It was damage to our community, to our people, to our economy, and to our environment. And this project to support our reef will help the very lifeline of our community.
It's wonderful to see the Army being put together and built to combat this crisis, and having a partner as major as the UAE, we've got a real chance here.
We don't have another barrier reef system like this in the United States. It's the only one we have. And so it is worth working really hard and bringing together all of our collective energies and capacities to try to turn around the declines that we have been seeing. And we are so grateful to our partners at the United Arab Emirates